Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Allie. If you are new, I am a mom to 3 little ones ages 5 and under. We live in Virginia, and this video is actually going to be a continuation from the last video. This is me kind of cleaning up our house and getting it ready before we went on a trip to Charleston, South Carolina for the week. We lived in Charleston for a year after we got married. My husband grew up there, and so we try and go there like once or twice a year just because we love it. It's so nostalgic, and there's lots of fun things to do there. But I really like to get my house ready and in order and cleaned up before we go anywhere. It's just so nice coming home to a fresh, clean house. But also, I hate packing, and if things are a disaster and a mess, it just adds to like the chaos and confusion in my own mind. And so if I can like start with a clean slate before I get to packing, it just helps me so much. So I'm cleaning up the bathroom starting first in this video. I am cleaning my sink using a magic eraser. These are my favorite things to use in the bathroom. I've said this in the last video that there are some people who have warned me not to use them because they are abrasive and they can ruin some finishes or some surfaces. I personally have never found an issue, but I do believe that it can happen. So just be careful with whatever surface you do use a magic eraser on, but I love them. It just literally erases mess and stuck on dirt and things like that. I also am wearing gloves. I don't always wear gloves when I clean, but I think I had just painted my nails. And if I hadn't just painted my nails, my hands have been so dry this winter. And so whenever I clean and I don't wear gloves, my hands just get really cracked and dry. So I'm trying to protect them a little bit. I'm also using my Thieves all-purpose cleaner. This is a concentrate. It's non-toxic. I have used this for years, and I use it on literally every single surface in my home, and it works really good. For my toilet, I am using the Clorox toilet wand, and I mentioned in my last video that I was having trouble with rings in my toilet, even though, I clean my toilets and everything, but the rings are stuck on. And a lot of you are saying that that is caused by hard water or iron in the water. I'm not sure what it is, but I got so many amazing suggestions. A lot of them were to use a pumice stone, and I think they sell pumice stones specifically for toilets. So I'm going to be checking that out. I will look into that and let you guys know after I try it out. Barkeeper's Friend was another suggestion, and I do have some of that, so I might try that one first as well. I'm really curious just to see all of the different methods that y'all shared and try them out. So maybe I'll try a couple of them and let you know how they work out. I feel like a question that I get asked pretty regularly is, how do you manage to clean when you have little ones? And this is my third baby. His name is Hudson, and I feel like by now I've kind of figured out how to do it. It definitely is not easy. It would be so much easier if I didn't have anybody around, but that's just not my reality. A lot of times I at least have one. If the other older kids are at school, I still have Hudson. So I just let him hang out with me. He does kind of go behind me and make more messes. As I'm cleaning up one, he's making another. But that's just the stage of life we're in, and so I kind of just accept it the best that I can. I also will have my older kids help me. They really like to use the toilet wand, or I don't know, just feel important. And so if I am cleaning, they're usually with me. Sometimes I'll let them help me, or I'll put on a show. And I don't think that there's anything wrong with putting on a show just so you can get a few things done. I also think it's interesting how mindset changes and perspective changes with the more kids that you have. I remember when I just had my oldest daughter and she was a baby, and I really struggled. I thought it was really hard to get anything done, and you know, if I had to like take her to the grocery store or something, I thought that was the most terrifying thing I could do. And now that I have 3 kids, I look back and almost giggle to myself, because if I have just one kid home with me while I'm trying to get stuff done, yes, of course it's still hard, but it's significantly easier than having all 3 kids home and trying to get stuff done. Or if I get to just take one kid to the store with me, again, it's just significantly easier than taking 3. So, of course, I look back and I don't discredit that having one kid was hard. For me at the time, it really truly was the hardest thing I had ever done. But I do think it's just interesting how perspective changes with the more kids you have. But I also do want to justify if you have one kid, that it is hard. It's hard having kids. It's hard getting things done when you have kids, but it is a blessing, and I would not change it for the world. Okay, I'm really excited about these. I have wanted wall baskets for a while now to put in this little corner, and I looked different places. I looked at World Market. Those things are so expensive. I've looked on Amazon, still thought they were a little pricey, and I've also checked my local thrift stores, and of course all of the decent wall baskets are picked over. But I found these at Target. They were $5 each in the Target Bullseye section. I see them still at my Target, so you might want to check to see if yours still has them. They also come in black and the natural color instead of white and the natural color, and those are cute too. So I just want to let y'all know about those. I love how it turned out. Yes, you know, if they were different sizes, that would probably be better, but for the price and to get, you know, the look that I wanted, I was very, very satisfied with it.
You should see the city lights tonight. I don't think they've ever burned this bright. Did you know when how everything would turn out? We learned to run, we learned to fight. Sooner or later, we can become strangers. Someday, somewhere, we can be new again. We can be anything that we wanted to be back then. Just wait, just wait. If I only knew how to make it true, we could write a new ending for you. You can pick and choose. All you gotta do is play the whole thing through. And if I only knew how to make it true, we could write a new ending for you. You can pick and choose. All you gotta do is play the whole thing through. I wanted to be saved before we lost our way. We were picture perfect, but below the surface, I wasn't okay. I made it look the way. I'm saying you deserved it. Sometimes it just happens that way. Sooner or later, we can become strangers. Someday, somewhere, we can be new again. We can be anything that we wanted to be back then. Just wait, just wait. If I only knew how to make it true, we could write a new ending for you. You can pick
I can't actually talk about this yet, but I just want to say that I have recently been using a corded vacuum. And oh my goodness, what a game changer. I remember when I first got my first stick vacuum, how much I loved it. And I do love it for the convenience, and I will forever use a stick vacuum. But for a good deep clean, a corded vacuum is where it is at. I have the most random question ever, but I'm curious to know if you could pick one person or one job to have hired out and somebody comes to your house and does that thing for you. Would you choose someone to do all of your laundry for you, clean your house for you, or do the cooking for you? I personally would hire a house cleaner because that is just, as you can see, so much work. And on top of it, we still have to do the laundry and we still have to do the cooking. So if I could pick one person to hire, I would pick someone to clean my house for me. But now I want to know, what would you pick? So as you can see, I'm using Tide to do my laundry. I don't believe in using fragranced, toxic laundry detergents because our clothes are literally sitting on our bodies all day long. But I had to get this in a pinch because we ran out of the detergent that we usually use, and I was feeling weak in the moment, and I was like, oh, I kind of miss using Tide. But then I got it and I brought it home and I smelled the super strong smells, and I regretted my decision, but I am continuing to use it just because I don't want to be wasteful. But I highly regretted this decision, because once you get like a bunch of fragrance out of your house and then you bring it back in and you smell it, it almost makes me like sick and gives me a headache.
We left the room of fight once again, love. Yeah, we said some things we didn't mean, hun. I always start the fight and you put the fire out. I always say too much and I get jealous. I never hear you out and that is selfish. I always start the fight and you put the fire out. I'm sorry for the way we let things out.
On my to-do list, like my near future to-do list, I really need to come into Hudson's room and go through his clothes. He has a lot of clothes that are way too small for him still. I need to kind of reorganize his dresser drawers. And then I don't know if you all have seen, but a couple videos back I shared what his closet currently looks like. And it's basically just a storage room full of like baby gear that he doesn't need right now, but I'm not going to get rid of it. But I still need to like go in there and organize it. Everything had just been dumped in there. So this is something that is on my mind constantly, and every time I come into his room I think, oh, I need to go through this, but I also know it's going to be like kind of a huge project, so y'all keep me accountable.
I'm sorry for the way we left things. I know you're hurting. I didn't mean to start a war. I'm still learning how to talk up on my feelings. You know Maybe I just need some time, some space to figure out how to give my all to you. If you give me one more try, I might just realize that it will always be us two. Maybe I just need some time, some space to figure out how to give my all to you. If you give me one more try, I might just realize that it will always be us two. Every road leads me back to you.
That is going to be it for today's video. I hope y'all enjoyed this video and got just a little bit of inspiration or motivation to clean your houses too, or at least you had some company. I hope that some of my mom life chats helped you in any sort of way, or at least helped you know that you're not alone. If you are not subscribed to my channel, I would love it if you did that now. Also, you can follow me on Instagram at Allie_Gooch. And let me know what types of videos that you want to see from me next. And I'm excited to hang out with y'all very soon again. All right, I love you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Maybe I just need some time, some space to figure out how to give my all to you. If you give me